Hello everyone, and good morning. This is Herb from World of Walt, coming to you from the Magic Kingdom live on Facebook Live. It's Saturday morning, and assuming the internet connection holds up, I am going to go over to Tomorrowland and check out the PeopleMover. Hope you can come along with me. So I'd love to hear where everyone is from, any questions you have about what's going on at the Magic Kingdom today. I'll do my best to answer based on what I'm seeing. So welcome to the broadcast, and again, going to try to check out the PeopleMover, standing in the hub near Cinderella Castle right now. It's kind of an overcast day today here at the Magic Kingdom. It's not too hot, not too humid. Glad you could join me today. And I am on my way over to Tomorrowland. Hi, Catherine. Thanks for joining me. Hey, back to you. And Chrissy, glad you could join me too. All right, heading out from the hub in the Magic Kingdom, on my way over to Tomorrowland. Let's see if we can check out the PeopleMover. Diane says, wishes she were here. I wish she were here too. Ellen says, wants to be there. Well, I hope this is the next closest thing, Ellen. Glad you could join me on Facebook Live. Jordan says, thanks for doing this. Jordan, you are welcome. It's a lot more fun when I can share it with other folks. So thanks for joining me on the video broadcast. April says, thanks for doing it. One of her favorite rides. That's good. Actually, the Tomorrowland Transit Authority or the PeopleMover is one of my favorite too. Jerry is going to be here in July. Jerry, hope you have a good time. Pamela's headed there right now. Wow, maybe I'll see you. Megan says, making my day with this video broadcast. That's good. Thanks, Megan. Tracy said, just came back from a trip to Disney World. That's great. Hope you had a good time. Lawrence says, no place in the world like Disney World, and I agree with you. Tammy says, thanks for sharing. She's going to be here in just 120 days. That time will go by fast, and I hope you have a good trip. Maggie says she's going to be here tomorrow. Hope you have a good trip, Maggie. Enjoy your time at Walt Disney World. Gail says, thanks for the memory. And Jennifer is coming in July. Jennifer, hope you have a great trip. Again, this is Herb coming to you live on Facebook Live from the Magic Kingdom, headed into the Tomorrowland section. Chrissy says crowds are not too bad today. You know, they're not so bad today. It didn't take me long to get on the monorail. Didn't take me long to get through security today. So, not so bad so far. Angelina is going to be here in 19 days, her first time in 11 years. Wow. A lot has changed in that time. I think you're going to have a blast. Cindy's going to be coming in August with her grandsons. Hope you have a great time. Headed on the way through Tomorrowland. A lot of noise from Stitch right now. Lavetta is taking her grandson for the first birthday in December. Wow, that's great. Hope you have a really good time. Teresa says, thanks for sharing. You are welcome, and she's going to be here in October. Again, this is Herb from World of Walt. We are live in the Magic Kingdom. Started off in the Castle Hub. Now I'm in Tomorrowland, walking by Buzz Lightyear. Looks like Buzz Lightyear is down right now. That's too bad. Melissa is going to be here in 5 days. Hope you have a good trip. And Diane has her plane trip, or her plane tickets already, ready to come in December. Hope you have a good time. Nancy has only 196 days to go until she's coming to Walt Disney World. Not that she's counting or anything. Michael, I'm not headed to Buzz Lightyear. It's actually closed right now for some reason. I am headed right here to the PeopleMover, one of my favorite all-time attractions. It's a classic, never a ride. Great way to check out what's going on in Tomorrowland. Margie's going to be here in 212 days. Rachel says, doesn't look crowded. No, it's not too bad. Still pretty early in the morning, but crowds aren't bad here at all. I think I'll be on the ramp to the People Mover in just a moment. Katie says, love that you do this. Thanks, Katie. I appreciate that. It's fun to do it. I love this Robo News guy. Jenny says, cool. Thanks for joining me, Jenny. Sue says, hello from Puerto Rico. Oh, thanks for joining in from Puerto Rico. That's cool. All right, almost ready to go on to the People Mover. Rudy says, never got on a People Mover. Oh, man, you're missing a classic in Tomorrowland. I hope you enjoy joining me on it today. It's 7:40 where Bruce is. Bruce, you are an early riser. Brandy said her 4-year-old Gloriana is intensely watching. Thank you for joining me. Ashley, never been on the People Mover before. All right, this is going to be a first for a few people now. Crystal says, this is awesome. Haven't ridden the People Mover. Excited to see it. Going to be here in only 205 days. Another person who is not counting, but 205 days. Lisa's going to be here in 3 weeks. Nice view here from the People Mover. Cars are lining up for us. Sandy, always her first ride. And Joseph says it's a favorite. One of my favorites, too. Sue says it's a great calf stretch. I agree. Oh, Angelina says to check out the hidden Mickey in the salon. That is one of my favorite hidden Mickeys on the ladies' belt buckle. I will see if we can catch it. I'm hoping the internet is going to stay connected for us. Sometimes it doesn't always work so well, but I'm hoping for the best. Charlene says she loves this ride. Me too. It is one of my favorites. Nina loves it as well. Cynthia says, makes me so happy to see the video. Thank you, Cynthia. I appreciate that. Michelle says, this is awesome. Thank you for joining me on Facebook Live. R. Patrick says, why do they change the name? I don't know. It's referred to as both the Tomorrowland Transit Authority and the People Mover. Just about ready to get on. Melanie, hello from Quebec. Thank you for joining me. Joanne is going to be here in only 208 days, and Joseph says a great way to relax. Okay, looks like a little bit of a hiccup with the connection. Hope it will stay. Penny says, have fun. Thanks, Penny. All right, I'm now in my People Mover car. Karen says of the rides at Disneyland removed, this is one she misses the most. Shannon wants a Disney park in Ohio. Rock on. Tim says a must ride when you go to the Magic Kingdom. I agree. Oh, and my car is going to be the first, so we'll have some really nice views. That's nice. Jessica is going to be coming from North Carolina. I hope you have a good trip. And Craig is coming in 2 months. Kim, never been on the People Mover before. Well, I hope you enjoy it. Actually, I hope that the internet connection holds up well for me. Follow this one up with the Carousel of Progress for a nice stretch of relaxation. I agree with that. Susan, hello from Ohio. Welcome.
Welcome aboard the Tomorrowland.
I used to live in Ohio.
Your quiet and carefree highway in the sky. We invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy your Grand Circle tour of tomorrow.
Christina says a nice ride when it rains. I agree.
You can preview many of the exciting places.
Meredith, her favorite ride. I'm glad you could join me today to check it out. Tracy says she likes this ride, especially at night. I completely agree. Tomorrowland in the Magic Kingdom at night is a very different experience, very beautiful. Olivia is coming. Hope you have a good trip. Trish calls it a Laura's going to be here in just 71 days. Roberto says this is super and he loves Disney. Roberto, thanks for joining along. Sean said, where in Ohio? I used to live in Cleveland, in Bay Village, actually, on the west side of Cleveland. One of my favorite spots where you get a really nice view of Cinderella Castle. Great view right there. Jenny, yes, this is in Orlando, Florida. All right, we're the part where we get to see one of my favorite things. Progress City, the map for Epcot.
Progress City was the inspiration for Epcot, and many of its forward-thinking ideas.
Francesca's going to be in Florida tomorrow. I hope you have a good trip. Jerry's going to be staying at the boardwalk. Chrissy says, this is awesome. Chrissy, thank you for joining me. Nice view down into the shops at Tomorrowland. Liz says, thank you for doing this. Liz, you are welcome. It's my pleasure, and I appreciate your joining. I love Facebook Live, especially when the internet connection holds up and we get a good broadcast. So really appreciate everyone being here. Maddie says, never been on the Tomorrowland Transit Authority, the PeopleMover. Well, I'm glad that I can take you along with me. Erica says, hi from Houston. Erica, thanks for joining me. We're going over the Tomorrowland Speedway right now. John is going to be here in August. Hope you have a good trip, John. Elizabeth says, thanks for doing this. Loving it, reliving our last trip. That's great. Susan's going to be here in November. Jeff says, greatness, I agree. Kimberly has a t-shirt from the PeopleMover. That's cool. I don't know that I've seen a PeopleMover t-shirt before. Amy's going to be here next Saturday. We are headed into Space Mountain. It's going to be dark. I hope the internet connection will hold up. Here we go.
We're now entering one of the real wonders of all world, Space Mountain. Blast off on a high-speed outer space adventure and careen through the cosmos.
Okay, it's a little dark right now as we enter into Tomorrowland. Chris says TTA is a favorite ride and a must-do. I like these astronauts. All right, welcome to Starport 75.
Paging Mr. Morrow, Mr. Tom Morrow. Please contact Mr. Johnson in the control tower to confirm your flight to the moon.
Paging Mr. Morrow, Mr. Tom Morrow. John, hello from Philadelphia. Kevin is going to be here. I missed what he said. Sorry about that, Kevin. Elizabeth says PeopleMover was closed on our last trip in December. That's too bad. All right, we're going through a very dark period in Space Mountain right now. Actually, not a lot to see. There are a few stars going by. It's kind of hard to pick them up on the video. Christy says Tomorrowland never gets old, and I agree with you on that. Katie says, can you do Splash Mountain one day? Yeah, maybe so. It's actually been a while since I've been on Splash Mountain. I'm always afraid I'm going to walk around with wet shoes for the rest of the day, but I may do that sometime. Jeff, one of my favorite lines, paging Mr. Morrow, Mr. Tom Morrow. Hi, Joseph from Boston. Glad you could join me. Crystal says Disney was a genius. Actually, I agree. Well ahead of his time. All right, we are on the PeopleMover, the Tomorrowland Transit Authority, exiting from Space Mountain. Tim is joining from Utah. Thank you. April is saying, do I live in Orlando? Yes, I do. And Leela, hello from Atlanta. Thank you for joining me. Katie says Big Thunder Mountain is a favorite. Should do that one day. I hope to do that one day. Lisa says, love this ride and can't wait to go back. And Jennifer says, what are you going to go on next? You know, I may go over to the Storybook Circus and see if I can get on Dumbo if there's not too big of a line. We'll see how it goes. There's some cars on the Speedway. Harley's going to be here next weekend. Hope you have a good trip. Julia says crying while watching this because she has exams before she has to go. I hope your exams go well. Jason said skipped it, but his favorite vacation spot. Lisa says, do you need a fast pass for the PeopleMover? No, actually, it's not even available for the PeopleMover. There's rarely a line because the capacity of the PeopleMover is huge. So even if the park is crowded, you can usually get on it pretty quickly. Juliet says, take us on Spaceship Earth. You know what? My first broadcast for Facebook Live, I wanted to be on Spaceship Earth, but I could not get a sustained internet connection. Maybe one of these times I'll be able to do that, though. Patricia says, do a train. You know, that's a really good idea. I was thinking about that. Christopher says, love this. Thanks for joining me, Christopher. This is Herb coming to you live from the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World on the PeopleMover in Tomorrowland. Jeanette says, love the PeopleMover. Me too. Gina says, son is driving himself down there. Wow. Oh, he's 4 years old. Well, it's going to be a long drive for a 4-year-old. Okay, here's the salon. Let's see if you can check out the hidden Mickey on this lady's belt buckle. You can only see it for a second. Oh, it's really hard to see. All right, here's a peek down into Buzz Lightyear. Holly asks if it's hot today. You know, it's not too bad. The humidity is definitely creeping up. I think it was in the low 80s, but it's supposed to get up into the 90s. Joel says, that was great. Thank you. You are welcome, Joel. Vanessa says this is her happy place. It's a happy place for me, too. Anna says, PeopleMover is an awesome ride to cool off and relax. I agree with you. Brian says, hello from Pennsylvania. Thank you for joining me, Brian. All right, we get a nice view of Cinderella Castle from the PeopleMover right here. I love this spot.
This time it's laughter thereafter at Monsters Incorporated.
Kay says hello from Edgewater. Hi, Kay. All right, we're coming up on the end of the PeopleMover. We're going to be back at the loading station first. Debbie says, this is great. Thanks for doing it. Debbie, you are welcome. Glad you could join me. Leslie says, can't wait for December, staying at Wilderness Lodge. Oh, I like the way you travel. I like the Wilderness Lodge. Lisa says, do want a Figment. Lisa, actually, I do hope to go over to Epcot one of these days and take in Journey to Imagination. I hope that the internet connection will be a good one there. Lisa says, thank you for all the great videos. You're welcome. Glad you could join me. Nicole, great picture spot. I agree. I love taking pictures in the Magic Kingdom. Vicky says 10 years since she's been here. Well, Vicky, I hope you can enjoy it a little bit virtually on Facebook Live. Jerry was 6 when he was at Walt Disney World. I hope you had a great experience. Monica was here 5 years ago. Okay, almost time to get off. Thank you. All right, the internet connection held up pretty well. April wants to be my assistant. Thank you, April. Some days I could use an assistant or two. Fun trip on the PeopleMover. Kim says coffee and the TTA is a perfect Saturday morning. Glad you could join me. Risky says, what's your favorite ride? Hard to pick one, but if I had to, I would probably pick the Tower of Terror over at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Wendell says, Jungle Cruise. That's another good idea. I may check that out someday, too. Marcia is going to be here next spring. I hope you have a good trip. And Hector was here last year in August. Going to be here in just 2 weeks. That's going to go by fast. All right, thanks everyone for joining me on Facebook Live. Just got off the Tomorrowland Transit Authority or the PeopleMover. I am going to head over to the Storybook Circus area of the Magic Kingdom. And if I can get on Dumbo pretty quickly, like 10-minute wait, I'm going to do that. Otherwise, I'll wrap it up and we'll come back another day. Nina says Splash Mountain. Yep, that is on my list to do one of these days. I'm always just afraid I'm going to walk around with wet shoes all day. I guess I just have to be prepared. Rob says Rock and Roller Coaster. That is also one of my favorite attractions. I love the Rock and Roller Coaster. I thought about doing a broadcast from that, but I thought you might just hear screams and see black for 4 minutes. So don't know if that's going to translate very well to Facebook Live, but it is on my list. Lauren says Haunted Mansion. Yes, another one that I want to check out for a live broadcast. I probably need to ride it first and see how well the internet connection holds up. Sometimes if there's not a strong internet connection, Facebook Live will drop out a lot, and that's kind of frustrating. Actually, I was really pleased that the Facebook connection, the internet connection held up on Facebook Live as well as it did. Joseph says Mission to Mars. Oh, I love Mission to Mars. I'm definitely an orange team kind of guy. Katie says your shoes will dry and be prepared. Yep, good one. Mary says Soarin'. You know what? I have gotten, I think, a fast pass for Soarin'. I was just reading today that there's going to be, when Soarin' opens in a couple weeks, a limited return of the old movie before the new one comes. And I do hope to do a broadcast of the old movie and, when I can, the new movie on Facebook Live. So be sure to follow the page, subscribe, whatever that button says, so that when I do these broadcasts, you can know about them. Michelle says, wear flip-flops and then change. No, that's a really good idea, actually. That way I wouldn't have to worry about wet shoes. Adam, get a Dole Whip. Adam, my friend, I like the way you think. I may just have to do that before I head out today. All right, we're headed to the edge of Tomorrowland, walking by the Speedway here. Mary's going to be going on a Disney cruise on Monday. That is awesome. Mary, I have not yet been on a Disney cruise. That is on my list of things to do. Audrey says, wish she was here. I wish she were too. Milton, love the PeopleMover. Great rest break. I agree. It is like a taste of tomorrow from the past. I just love that it's relaxing. You get to see inside the attractions. Erica from Mount Vernon, Ohio. Thanks for joining me, Erica. Dee says, check out Fast Track, or Fast Test Track, I think is what she said. Sorry, the comment went by. Wendy says, thanks for sharing. You are welcome. Hi, everyone. Again, this is Herb from the World of Walt website, coming to you live from the Magic Kingdom at the Walt Disney World Resort. Julie says, thanks so much for the magic. You're welcome. April, how many times do you go since Disney's so close? You know, I don't get here every week, I would say. Maybe every week and a half. It averages out. It's really nice for me as an annual pass holder and someone who lives close, because I can just go over for a few hours and not feel like I've got to do the whole day to get my money's worth. Vicky, why are you not here? I don't know. I don't know why you're not here. Melissa asked, how is the weather today? Right now, the weather in the Magic Kingdom is really nice. It's a little bit overcast, so the sun is not so intense. Humidity's up a little bit. It's probably in the lower 80s. I'd say for Florida in the near summertime, it's really pretty comfortable right now. Anne is watching from Tampa. Makes her want to pop over. Hey, not too far from you. Julius, Phineas, and Herb. Hey, no one's ever used that on me before. I like that. Cassandra says, hello from Massachusetts. Thank you for joining me. April, you're a lucky guy. You know, I am a very blessed guy. I agree with you. Peekaboo says, Autopia is a classic. I think you're referring to the one at Disneyland, perhaps. I think that had that name. The Tomorrowland Speedway, as it's known here in the Magic Kingdom, is ever popular. You know, sometimes I think about how, as a little kid, that must just be magical to be able to drive your own car. Shelley, hello from Cincinnati, my former alma mater from the University of Cincinnati. Ryan is walking behind me. Ryan, where are you? Okay. Maybe that was just figurative. Welcome to Storybook Circus. Belinda says hello. All right, I'm going to see if I can get on Dumbo in a relatively short period of time, which I think I can. Then I'm going to try to. And that'll be it for my broadcast today. The internet's been holding up wonderfully. Very pleased about that. Uh-oh, maybe it's not such good news. All right, Dumbo says stand by 40 minutes. That's kind of a long time. I don't think everybody will want to stand by with me for 40 minutes. Miriam says hello from Florida. Thank you for joining me. Dagmar agrees at Disney Attic. Welcome to the club. You are with your people. Hello, Tammy from Missouri and Dean from Utah. Thanks for joining. All right, well, since Dumbo's not working out, I'm going to walk over a little bit into the Storybook Circus section so you can see what's going on before I wrap up for today. Chase, look left. I'm waving. All right, I'm up for it. No, don't see it. Don't see it. Okay. Terry wishes she were here. Roger, great snack counter in the tent. You're right, they have some really nice treats. Big Top Souvenirs. Lori says hello from Tennessee. Lori, thank you for joining me. Looks like the splash pad is in full operation. Let's go take a peek at that. Miriam, hello from New Mexico. Wow, thanks for calling in, watching. I don't know what you call it when you join a broadcast like this. Watching, I guess. Nick is on his way to Walt Disney World right now. Nikki, no fast passes? No, I did not set them up in advance, which I should have done, but I did not. Jennifer said she could watch for hours. Thanks, Jennifer. Patty Barnstormer, we are not too far from it. Katie says for every angry face she put a bunch of love. Thank you for doing that. For those of you who enjoy watching, I appreciate your commenting, appreciate your likes. Thank you. And, you know, if you're angry because you're not here, or angry because you don't want to watch it, I'm sorry. Sharon goes every September for her anniversary. That's cool. Brandon says, doesn't look too busy. I would say you're right. Right now, it's really not that busy. All right, I'm going to head over to the train station. Whoops, you can hear it in the background. Hear the train in the background. Laura Ann says she's here too. Well, maybe I'll bump into you. Megan asks what Disney characters are here. There are actually a bunch of characters that you can meet over at Pete's Silly Sideshow. Kathleen, best restrooms in the park are back there. You're right, and they are built to last forever because they are made out of solid brick. Very nice restroom here in the Storybook Circus area. Augusta says hello. Karen is watching from New Hampshire and planning her trip in November. I think planning is half the fun, actually. Robert says say hello to Mickey. Will do. Clark says loves riding the train. I do as well. Here we are at the Barnstormer. 10-minute wait, not too bad. Laura, favorite ride, probably the Tower of Terror over at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Really like that one. Excuse me. All right, Mercedes only has 212 days until she comes back. Not that she's counting. Mackenzie's coming in January. Ashley hopes to come in December. Brian, when is the new Soarin' coming? You know, I think the attraction opens up in just a couple weeks, but I think there's going to be a return of the old movie before Soarin' Over the World opens. Lisa says, say hello to Peter Pan for my daughter. All right. Okay. I'm going to head over. We're going to watch the train take off before I wrap up for today. Again, this is Herb from World of Walt coming to you live from the Magic Kingdom on Facebook Live. Glad you could join me. Trying to watch where I'm going so I don't fall. The Roger E. Brogy, I believe, train here, loading up some people. Sharon says June 17th for the new Soarin'. Thank you. John says, any cool band playing today? Actually, don't know. Edwin says, great place for family time. I agree. Clark says wants to meet Ariel, sorry, and say hi. Say hello. Will do. Okay, here goes the train. We'll watch it go by before we end the broadcast. See if I can get some people to wave. Hey, there's guys waving. Wavers, here's a few wavers. Nina's going to be here in December. Yeah. Oh, there's another waiver. Got a few people to wave. Michelle says, have a good day. Thank you, Michelle. You too. Brian says, thank you. You are welcome. All right, everyone. That's going to wrap it up for me. Again, this is Herb from World of Walt coming to you live from the Magic Kingdom. Thanks, everyone, for joining me today. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like it, comment, follow or subscribe, whatever that button says, so that you can get an alert whenever I do go live on Facebook Live in the future. Kimberly's going to be here in August. Tony says, have fun. And Kelly says, can't wait to get back. I agree. It's a fun place to come. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Hope you have a great day. God bless. Goodbye.